Alright, good evening folks. Today we're going to look at how to solve a quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. Alright, so this is the quadratic formula. X is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. So let's look at an example here. It says solve for x, given that 3x squared minus 7x plus 2 is equal to 0. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to identify what is a, b, and c. Alright, so clearly a is equal to 3, b is equal to negative 7, and c is equal to positive 2. Alright. In case you may be wondering how I got a to be 3, b to be negative 7, c to be 2, is that all quadratic expression or equation has a general look or a format. Alright, ax squared plus bx plus c. So a is always beside the x squared. So as you can see, 3 is beside x squared, and b is always beside the x. As you can see, the value beside x is going to be negative 7, and lastly c is a number by itself. So here we have c is equal to 2. Alright, so now that we have found the values for a, b, and c, we're going to plug in these values in the formula. Alright, so just following this formula here, we're going to have x equals well, the formula says negative b, but b is actually negative 7. So these two negatives are different. So what we do, we put both of them together. So we get negative 7 plus or minus square root of b squared. Alright, and that's going to be negative 7 squared, take away from the formula, take away 4, and this 4 is also from the formula, multiply by a, and a is what, 3, multiply by c, and c is also from the formula 2, all over, according to the formula, 2 multiplied by a. Alright, and a here is what, 3. Alright, so proceeding. So what we have next now, we realize that these two negative here will give you a positive, because according to the rules of multiplication, negative times negative gives you a positive. So that will give you positive 7. So this is going to be plus or minus square root. Now, negative 7 squared is actually negative 7 squared is negative 7 multiplied by negative 7. Alright? We know that when you multiply two negatives, you get a positive. Alright, and 7 is 49. So minus 7 squared is going to be positive 49. Take away. Okay, right here now, we're going to say 4 times 3. 4 3 is 12. And 12 times 2 is what? 24. All over 2 multiplied by 3, which is what? 6. Continuing. Now when we subtract these two values here, we're going to get 25. So put that over 6. Alright, continuing. And we also know that the square root of 25 is actually 5. All right. Now at this moment, we're gonna split this plus and minus into 2. All right. So what you've noticed, I try to work out the square root first. So I work it out until I get 5. Now what this means that we're gonna split the plus and the minus into 2. So we're gonna get, let me see if I can squeeze this right here. We're gonna get x equal, all right, it's actually x. So x is equal to 7 plus 5 over 6. So that's one value of x. All right, let's work it out. So 7 plus 5 is 12. All right, and 6 into 12 will give you 2. So one value is x equals what? 2. The other value is when we use the minus. All right. So what you notice, I use the plus here, and I use the minus here. So 5 take away 7 is what? 2. And 2 into 2 goes 1. So those are the answers. X equals 2 and x equals 1. And that's how we solve a quadratic using the quadratic formula. Need to say that this formula is given in the exam. Thank you.